this is Taylor, and I'm clearly joined by a very special guest. Sydney is one of my very best friends, and she definitely knows my TBR probably better than anybody. We were friends in high school, but then I don't think we really became good friends until we started talking about books. Would you agree?
Except that one time that you made me read Middlesex?
Yes.
I'm not disagreeing, I'm just saying, like, I feel like that thread has always been there.
And I think even more in retrospect, like looking back on it, I wasn't even as enthusiastic about Middlesex as I told you that I was.
I remember because I specifically was like, oh, because you love that book, and you were like, not really.
So you've probably seen this genre of booktube video going around where someone's friend or their boyfriend or their husband chooses their TBR for the month. I decided to ask my lovely friend Sydney because, like I said, she knows my TBR, she knows my tastes, and she would know how to punish me if she wanted to.
If I wanted to.
It is unclear to me, because I don't know what she has chosen, whether or not she has decided to punish me, but we'll find out together. So I asked Sydney to choose 3 or 4 books for me to read in July.
I picked 4.
Good to know. I had 3 vetoes in mind, just automatic vetoes. I said I would not read The Goldfinch, I would not read War and Peace, and I would not read any Proust.
I wasn't going to do any of those.
Proust.
Taylor did not take French.
I didn't. Also, just in watching back this footage, I just want to make it clear that Sydney is a normal-sized person, and I'm, like,
very small.
5 feet on a good day, under 5 feet on a bad day. Just to make things clear. Shall we just get into it? Let's go one by one so I can just...
Okay. Close your eyes.
Oh god.
Wow. It's not that bad. Alright. We have our first book. Which I specifically picked because I know you, like, have chosen not to finish this.
Oh my god! Oh, you did decide to be evil!
It's just this one. I just felt, now that we've met Tobin, I feel like you need to just bite the bullet.
Just to give some context here, M.T. Anderson is my favorite YA author, and I have been putting off reading Feed because it's regarded as probably his best, and it's also the last one that I have left to read, and he writes young adult books like once every decade.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I was talking about this book yesterday with someone, so it kind of jogged my memory, so you can say it's Savannah's fault. You don't even know who she is.
Savannah.
But it's her fault.
Savannah. Alright, should I close my eyes again?
Yeah, I like that. Okay, are you ready?
I don't know anymore.
You should be. This is not that bad. So
no, that's also
I don't know why this one is bad, but like literally I've noticed this one since the first time I saw the TBR because I was like, why haven't you read this? So
because
why haven't you read this?
I think the general regard for like for Good Omens is, and just like Neil Gaiman in general is like,
and Terry
Pratchett is like universal acclaim, and then everyone I know who shares a really specific reading taste with me is like, I tried to get into this and I couldn't. Like, I got 50 pages in and it was like, I couldn't do it.
I will say, so I really enjoyed it when I read it, because I remember specifically it was like the weekend before the 2012 apocalypse, so it was like thematic, but it's very British in the humor at times, but it's funny. It should be.
Okay.
It's cleverly written, if nothing else. So I want you to try it.
Okay. Thank you.
Wow, I didn't think it would be that mean.
You don't know your own powers. I don't know why I'm using my hands now.
Okay, well, it's done.
Okay.
So this one I just picked because I accidentally stole a copy once because I went to a hostel and they had like a book exchange and I took a book but I forgot to leave a book. Anyway, I have a really beautiful copy of this and it's like, I don't know. Like, I didn't feel like I loved this personally, but I feel like it's worth reading.
I know from your words that you're not meaning to be evil. But this is like a worst case scenario at this point.
Oops. Why? It's not War and Peace.
It's not War and Peace, but there is not an audiobook of this, and like in existence, well, probably in existence, but like not available to me. And I started this like 2 years ago. I feel like I read for like an hour, and I was like 6 pages in. So look at how small the font is. I'm confident that I will enjoy this in some way. I'm just very, very scared of it.
I'm sorry.
I really hope that you have been very nice on this last pick.
Not really. I was gonna do a Murakami just to like, you know.
Oh! That was gonna be my other veto! I was gonna say Wind Up Bird Chronicle, but...
Oh, I wouldn't do that to you.
Okay, cool.
But I was gonna try to go easy and do that, or George Saunders, and I just did it. So anyway, what the actual choice is really we should have been reading the names and authors
this
the
is
whole
fine.
time.
Oh,
it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, The Good Earth by Pearl S. Buck, which I picked because when I was like 12, my mom was really into this book actually and made me read it because she needed someone to talk about it with, and I did enjoy it. But it's been a while, so looking back, I'm not sure if it's like vaguely racist or not. Like I know the movie is, but from what I remember as a preteen, it was this very powerful, epic, and engaging and emotional. So
This was one that I suspected you might pick, and I was completely okay with it. The other one that I thought you were gonna do to be really mean was The Three Body Problem.
I literally considered that, and I decided not to do it.
I knew it. I knew when I pointed out that stack is fair game. I knew that was the one book that you're looking at.
I really considered it, and then I was like, I haven't even read that, so I'm not gonna do that today.
I am going to do some research and find out. Well, I have a free trial of Audible now.
Oh.
Because I've just been really into audiobooks lately because it just like speeds things up. And I know that White Teeth was not available as an audiobook like in any of the systems that we use for library ordering, so I'm assuming that it's not on Audible, but if it is, that is going to be my savior. I know that Feed has an audiobook, and it would probably be available to me, but I wouldn't necessarily need it for Feed, but if I do, I'm sure that there's an audiobook of this somewhere that I probably have access to, and I know that there is one of this, so.
I feel like we should do the final
okay.
Reveal.
Okay.
Oh, am I doing it?
I don't know. You
Okay,
wanted to do it.
I just think it's proper. So, we have Feed by Matthew Tobin Anderson. I just can't get over the fact that he goes by Tobin, sorry. White Teeth by Zadie Smith. The Good Earth by Pearl S. Buck. And Good Omens by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett.
Wow, you're a natural.
Am I?
Yes.
That's not true. Any other venting, pleading you want to do?
It's so telling to me that you were not trying to be mean, but you ended up being so mean.
I really don't know what else I would have picked.
Any of the other 300 books on my TBR.
I got overwhelmed. I stuck to this one section of the room.
That's fair.
Yeah, it is. Really, you did this to yourself.
That's also fair. Alright, well, thank you, Sydney.
Okay.
Thank you for participating in this window into the
I'm not helping.
dissolution of a friendship.
Oh!
Thank you so much for being in this video. And I guess we'll see how this month turns out. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. I hope you have I don't remember how I end these videos suddenly.
Bye!
Bye!
That's it.